Here we go, guys. In this video, we're going to show you how to catch a market pullback. A lot of people refer to it as a market crash because it gets more views for CNBC and stuff like that. Okay, but markets never all of a sudden crash. Okay, now your stock, your individual stock might do that as some bad news comes out, regarding the CEO running off with the CPA or something, and they embezzled millions of dollars, something like that. But anyway, in the broad markets, they're not going to, crash overnight or, take out, half the range in a small period of time. And let me take all this off and show you that right now we are looking at the Dow Jones. Okay, weekly chart. Reason why the weekly, because just slows everything down. You can see the breakouts, the breakdowns, consolidations, so on and so forth. But anyway, let me draw this for you. As you can see, we have this nice little, uptrend line here, and we were holding it until we didn't. Okay, that's number one. Number two, as simplistic as this is, you don't have to make it hard. We had a kind of a little double top up here, high pivot. Then we came back in, another high pivot, but we weren't able to come back from this first drop there. Okay, and what we did, and this is the key part. Okay, this is so simple, it's ridiculous. That low pivot, see, we did one here, so basically a W formation. Okay, then from a W pushes you to the upside. It's the M formation that pushes you to the downside. Okay, so let me take that off and show you this. So you did it up, little pivot here, up, and then down. There's your M. So you had a low pivot, lower low, then you know the rest of the story. Okay, so what you look for is that first key low, the previous low pivot to that high. When that starts being taken out, and especially the second one, the market's going to be pulling back. Okay, now there's some other key reasons here and stuff, but we share that with our Patreon members. A couple of little uh, chart uh, formations. But here we are right now, and there's going to be a lot of people talking about, well, the markets are going to be pulling back, they're going to be crashing, so on and so forth. Well, we're in a very significant price level here with a lot of resistance. So yeah, the Dow Jones is probably going to pull back a little bit, okay? But again, here's that W formation that pushes us up into that range, okay? And then if we had the M, see right here, how that comes in is if we take out that low pivot there, okay? That's a yellow flag, okay? That's a warning. And if we take out this one, that's a red flag, okay? So that's how you can start, scaling in, scaling out, whether you're long or short, depending on, how you trade. And then S&P 500, pretty much the same deal. Well, we really need a pullback on S&P 500. We're getting extended up here. Uh, Again, making those higher lows, as simple as that, see that W formation coming in here. And then we do need a pullback to kind of reset the charts here. But as soon as we start pulling back, they're going to be pounding the table, we're crashing, we're, going to zero, so on and so forth. Okay. And right now on the NASDAQ, we'll cover a few things, regarding that as well. But as you can see, we were in this uptrend, actually a channel here, started coming down. See that consolidation? There's only two reasons why stocks, assets consolidate. Big money is accumulating slowly, so they don't get, one of these big green candles in here pushing the price up out of their zone, or they're selling off, distributing, sorry, so that they don't get one of these big red candles, and they have to sell out lower. Okay, so that's the main purpose of any consolidation. So that was your first 10. Second, we took out what? That first low pivot there, came down, a little push to the upside, couldn't do it. Here's another pivot, came back up here but couldn't hold, couldn't even really get over the 20, which is that's another key sign, and then started dropping lower and lower until we started putting in, yeah, those W formations, okay? So that's the NASDAQ, and then let's go a little deeper on the NASDAQ. I'll show you some tricks here. Okay, back in the COVID slam down, 2020, there's mainly three ways markets reverse. There's V-shaped recovery, and then the strongest, the best is this W formation. If you can get those down, you can make money in this game. And then the next one is when you come down, and Bitcoin's done this a few times. You have all this pain and grief, everybody wringing their hands, FUD, everything else, and then you start trading sideways. And then, as they say, time heals all, and then people start forgetting about this big dump, over an extended period of time, months, a year or whatever, and then you start reversing back up to the upside. But the W formation are the strongest and best, but from time to time you do get those V shape. Now, let's go back here to the next period of time, 2006, 2007 to 2009, when we had that big housing bubble and banks, or the story. And then as again, let me draw this out so make it a little bit easier to see. There's a little trend line up. We started getting pretty extended up here, and then what, started taking out those low pivots, and then the 200 saved us, came back up, down, and then what is that? Yeah, M formation. Okay, but we still couldn't. And one of the hints that you uh, were in a more bearish market as you started rolling back over is because, let me pull that out there so you can see it better. Started making high, lower, high, lower, high, lower highs. Okay, so that's what you look for. And then even back here, the dot-com bubble, okay, running up, through the 90s, so on and so forth. Really, this was all multi-generational wealth being made. And then if you didn't know how to scale out, if you didn't know about those low pivots, didn't know about those M formations, this was multi-generational wealth being lost, okay? You don't want to be on the losing side. You want to be on the gain side, okay? But anyway, appreciate you guys watching. Just wanted to, put that out there. If you want to learn more about trading, classical technical analysis, and that works with all assets, gold, silver, oil, crypto, Bitcoin. We've been calling Bitcoin almost to the penny on the upside, downside, support, resistance, so on and so forth. You just have to check out our Twitter or our Patreon site, and we can clue you in on that. And in the meantime, thanks for watching, and we will see you on the charts.